Hey everyone, before this video starts, I wanted to say a few things. I didn't get to say everything I wanted to, but I have to accept this won't be perfect. This is a very vulnerable video, and I'm a very emotional person. This was very hard for me, but also so healing and helpful. This is how I feel about what I am. These are my words, the way I feel about my gender and sexual identity. Thank you for watching, and happy Pride.
Hey everyone, it's Baleful Flower. My name's also Adri, for those of you who don't know, and this video is going to be in honor of Pride Month. I've honestly already tried filming this video twice. The first time I filmed it, I cried a little too much, and I believe that video was more for myself. I needed to make that video just for me. The second time I did this, I actually did it perfectly fine, and then my memory card just wouldn't pick up the file for some reason. I don't know. I guess I should start off saying that I'm pretty open about my sexuality. Usually when people ask me or we talk about it, I just say I'm not straight. I let people typically just choose anyway what they believe you are. So it kind of, as much as I would say I want people to see me as not straight, I feel like no matter what, it won't happen for people who are somewhat closed-minded, and that's fine. It's weird. I'm at a place of I understand it, but then I also get offended by it. It's a weird situation. I'm still trying to understand myself and everything. Anyway, moving forward. I'm not really particularly a stickler, I think that's the word, on if people want to use labels or not, if that's helpful for you. I believe that for me, I land under the category most associated with pansexuality. I would love anyone, despite whatever gender or sexual identity they want to go by. I just love soul connection. A lot of people close to me know about my sexual identity. They're totally fine with it. Friends are very supportive about it, my close friends. And my family, I wouldn't say they're not supportive about it. I would just say they have a hard time understanding. There's been times where they forget that I'm not straight, but also I'm not around those people enough for them to even remember, I suppose. I don't know how hard it is to remember that or not. I've never put a second thought into it, but also with my generation, it's normal for that to be for you to associate that with a person. Okay, their sexual identity is it becomes the norm. Whereas from the older generation, my family, I feel like they don't take that into account as much. So I kind of do struggle with the fact, should I be mad at my family for not remembering? But should I be mad at my family for not remembering? I've had to come out more than once to my family, and that's a really conflicting feeling. It's really weird. Aside from my pansexuality, to be honest, there's more than just that. I had been struggling with my gender identity for quite a while. I was talking to my cousin legit last night about this video I wanted to make and how nervous I was about it. He mentioned yeah, didn't you really switch up your style? And not that everyone goes through this who identifies as the same thing like me, but I went through a heavy phase of really questioning why I had to dress as a female, why my family was upset when I would want to wear guy clothes, why my mom would throw out the sweaters that were super large because she wanted me to dress more feminine or shit like that, and that always confused me. But like I said, I've been struggling with my gender for a while, and it's been a fucking journey. I didn't really put focus on it all too much until the beginning of this year. And if I could describe the feeling of figuring out my gender identity, I would say it's finding one of the many missing puzzle pieces to finally understanding myself. Because I hear I hear critiques, I hear people criticize people who identify as the same gender identity as me, even, at my own workplace, and that's pretty... I haven't come out about my gender identity, so these people don't know I'm there. They don't know that I go through these struggles every day, or that I've questioned, my gender a lot in life, and it's really upsetting when you hear comments oh, how do you not know what gender you are? Look between your legs. And for me, in my mind, yes, I do believe I am biologically, I am a female. That is 100% true. I get that. But I have a confusing time connecting with that. I've even heard people say, like, people like me don't exist. Like, you know your gender, stop saying it's this, stop saying it's not real. But I'm right there, like, thinking, I'm sorry, I truly thought everyone went through this. I truly thought everyone questioned what they were and these labels that were forced upon to guide by. I thought everyone questioned it, but to hear people talk about it as if it's something completely bizarre and weird, it kind of astonishes me. And maybe it's just because the people I surrounded myself with throughout high school were people that were very accepting of this type of thing. And like, I always heard, of course, stories. I've even seen people get bullied because of what they were, and I was lucky to kind of, for my gender identity and my sexuality, I was not bullied for. For other things, sure. But for this specifically, I personally wasn't, but I had seen people who were. I remember I was thinking about it the other day. It's really confusing because I'm surrounded by people who believe that people like me, who believe they may be something other than male or female, aren't real. And it's like, but wait, I'm right here. Am I not real? I know that I feel comfortable saying what I am. Like I said, I found a fucking puzzle piece, and like, it's so hard to find a piece of yourself or understand a piece of yourself or accept a piece of yourself. At least as me, like for me, it's been very hard. So being able to do that feels amazing, but then you hear these things said about what you just felt was so powerful and enlightening to figure out, and then you hear shit talk on it. It's really, really confusing. And yes, me trying to understand how I feel about my own gender identity, because to everyone it's different. How they feel about their own gender and sexual identity is different. Like for me, I don't mind pronouns. I'm not gonna stress out if someone says she. Someone can even say he. They could say it. I don't mind. But at the same time, someone may think me saying that may be offensive to everyone else who identifies as me, because those people may not have the same thoughts on those terms. Maybe I'm saying I don't mind at the moment to save myself from being hurt when people don't use the terms I prefer. Another thing that's kind of interesting about this that makes me feel a little off is this video. I kept going back between like, why am I doing this video? What's the point? You know, I didn't want it to be like a whole like, I'm coming out video kind of thing, even though that's what it started out as when I cried the first time. It was very dramatic and I cried a lot. I kept kind of fighting myself as to like, why am I doing this? Why am I posting this video? Why do other people need to know? Why do I feel they need to know? I'm doing this for a reason then, aren't I? And I'm trying to figure it out. And I come to the conclusion that I believe I'm doing this just to the fact that I can get this off my chest. Because it is very, very hard. What I do for work allows me to sit with my thoughts for about 8 hours or so. I'm just there sitting, doing repetitive work that I love doing. But if you leave your headphones at home, and even if you have headphones, you know, like you just think, and I just keep thinking and thinking. And it's not bad thoughts, it's a lot to think about. And it can be very, very tiring. When I would talk about this, I would usually cry because it's hard to say to people, like look them in the eyes and tell them what I identify as, because I am so scared of someone being like, what? You what? Like, I'm so scared of being judged. But something I've tried to live by a lot in my life is don't care what people think about you. But this is just something that it's very hard because I'm so confused. It's so confusing. I'm pansexual and I am non-binary. Like saying it now, that was a lot. But yeah, I'm non-binary. Before I continue on with saying thank you to a few people, I want to mention that those conversations that I've heard at work, just know that like those people, I truly feel they wouldn't want to hurt me. They don't think that anyone around them would be affected by their comments, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize is people, as the term says, you don't know what someone else is going through. I don't think we should have to censor ourselves, but I think there's a way to talk about everything and a way to get your point across without being discriminatory. And that's something I feel like a lot of people need to learn. I myself still need to learn that. That's kind of why I listen a lot. Before speaking, I really try to just sit and listen. Anyway, moving forward, like I said, I want to thank a few people. These few people have made this journey so much more easier than I thought it could be. So I want to start off with Lakin. Thank you so much, Lakin, for talking to me and hearing me out and letting me question you about so many things, and you helping me with such a different perspective of certain things. I felt like I was very blind to a lot of things that I just couldn't see. And I think that you helped me with them a lot. I really appreciate when we had a discussion about me potentially being non-binary. Or actually, I don't even know if we came across the term yet. It was just the fact I was confused at the time. And you asked me, well, what would you like to be identified as? You know, they, them. And I told you, no, it's fine. You're like, no, I want to do what you feel comfortable with. You helped me feel more comfortable with asking to be referred to as that. I wanted to thank Lakin's really good friend, M. They are fucking amazing, and they helped me. I got to stay with them for a bit and ask them a bunch of questions, and they also opened up my eyes to something that I was choosing to kind of ignore. I was like, nah, it's literally, I was like, no way am I non-binary. I have so many things on my plate. No way is that another thing. I don't know. I tried fighting it, but they really, really helped me. I wanted to thank my friend Anna. When I opened up to her, after I've opened up to a few people already, it was over the phone. When I said it, she got super happy. And she even mentioned, it's such a great feeling understanding a piece of yourself. And that's something that I've never agreed more with, I couldn't agree more with, it is amazing. It's almost fucking practically euphoric. Maybe I'm just late to the game and I've never felt it before because I've never been 100% comfortable with myself, but I feel great about it. Allery, my best friend and my roommate, my fucking basically my mini mom. Thank you. When I came crying to you, I was so worried. I know you would never reject me, no matter who or what I am, but it is still worrisome because, again, you never know what someone's gonna actually say. But I really appreciate you being there when I've come home crying because I was scared. So fucking scared. And she actually said this cute thing when I opened up to her about me questioning my identity. She mentioned, you know what's funny is back in when we met, you always mentioned oh, I'm an Adri. I don't know, it's interesting, little pieces kind of coming together later on in life. My friend Amy, an old coworker, she helped me really understand my sexuality because she kind of challenged it. And I really appreciate just her existence and her being comfortable with me talking to her about it while fucking blacked out drunk. I really appreciate it. She's always been very, very open and comfortable talking about her sexuality and what she loves. And I think that's just fucking badass, and she helped me get more comfortable with it. A few of my coworkers and ex-coworkers that also know, I want to say thank you. Some of you guys, when I tell you what I figured out about myself, you guys have this awesome smile on your face because I feel that the few of you that I've told, you guys understand that it was such a struggle for me to go through. I was so confused. I was so distraught. Even those of you who didn't know that I was actually going through that struggle at all, and I ended up telling you, you were so happy for me. It really makes me want to cry because, again, all I thought I was going to get is, I don't know, not happiness. And lastly, I want to thank my partner. I was so scared to tell you. So scared. We had talks about similar people to me and people who identify as things, but people who identify just like I do. And the conversations were never bad, but they were confusing. We both are confused. So no doubt in my mind would he be like, whoa, okay, I gotta fucking figure this out. Not that he felt like he needed to be like, whoa, I gotta make sure I still want to be with you. It's just like, whoa, okay, this is something that I need to keep in mind now and acknowledge. And I really appreciate that he's done that. Like, I was so scared to tell him because I thought maybe we'd break up. But he said to me, like, you are still you. I'm just really thankful for the people that I've had in my life that I've told what I am to and how they've responded and how happy they are for me. Some of them ask, like, what does that mean? I educate them a little bit, but I'm still understanding myself. And again, like, labels, I would rather not, but if they are helpful, then they are helpful. This video has turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I really appreciate if you guys have stuck around and actually listened to me tell my story. Hope you guys have an awesome fucking Pride. Keep fucking protesting, keep fighting, keep posting, keep sharing, keep remembering that Black Lives Matter, and happy Pride. Almost forgot. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Follow me on social media if you're feeling a little wild. No, leave me a comment if you're feeling a little wild. Follow me on social media. Links will be down below. Okay, bye.